Okay, not every game in the Legendary League always works out, and that last game didn't. Spoiler alert. The mission was Dark Alliance, which we failed. In fact, it was, by the rules of the league, a total failure because evil got off their evil wins condition before we could defeat all the mastermind's mastermind tactics. You'll notice, if you remember the Red Skull video, which was obviously a win for us, because, I mean, come on, it's Red Skull. I didn't use him in the last game, but because there's just too much to drop at once, but I have my own house rules for Red Skull, because he's just absolutely pathetic. But I didn't use him because, yeah, like I said, talking in a circle. Okay. One thing at a time. And with Red Skull, you'll notice we did defeat him, but we had to defeat him a 5th time. Had Red Skull gotten a evil wins condition while he had no mastermind tactics left, the game would still end. So it's in our best interest, if we want to actually get Red Skull, or any mastermind really, if we want to actually beat them for their tactic, their main tactic, their basic card itself, which is worth 6 points in both of these guys' cases, so that's something. If we want those points, we have to defeat them before their evil wins conditions can go off. So we wanted to make sure to try and hit them. Like you'll notice last video, Captain Atlas was still floating around with one stone on him, whereas he was at a total fight of 7, whereas I hit 8 stones. I was counting on not getting a scheme twist to end the game immediately. And so I'm not going to do any takebacks, because that was a very critical loss of 4 points, as you're about to see. Because I already ran the math basically behind the scenes before making this video, just to make sure that all my counts were lining up. And had I defeated Captain Atlas, I would be able to recruit another hero right now. But now I'm not going to be able to. And here's what happens. First off, Mephisto was never the primary villain, so he's just going to get shuffled back in the villain deck. I'm going to shuffle him back later so that we don't fight him immediately. As for the Supreme Intelligence, he's not getting shuffled back in at all. What's going to happen is he's going to... Let's get Mephisto's tactics out of here. And Supreme Intelligence's tactics out of here. And he is going to capture a random hero down here. So what we're going to do is shuffle all these up. And he's going to capture one of them. And then we're going to see who he captured. He didn't get Cyclops. He didn't get Hawkeye. Yay, I like Hawkeye. He didn't get Xavier, who was really good. He didn't get Punisher, which means he got Captain Britain. He got a sucky guy. Now, here's the thing. If we had enough points to go and buy Captain Britain, we still can. The problem is, in order to buy him, we're going to need to fight another mission against the Supreme Intelligence. And that mission, we get a mastermind tactic, or we get a scheme twist like we normally would, and we see what mission we play, and then we deal out our stuff like normal, and we go out and fight him. Let's calculate score first, and then I'll show you what would have happened had we done that. Because you're going to see very quickly that we did not actually make enough to recruit another hero. Sorry, Hawkeye. I wanted you on this team too. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 scheme twists. So minus 3 times 7 is 21. So you'll notice I have this pile separated out. That's because it totals up to 18, 19, 20, 21 points. So those points are lost. Those bystanders go back, or they will. And all the points that we have left are 1, 2, 7, 10, 13, 14, 15, 17, 23, 24, 25 points. That's not enough to buy anybody because every cost down here is multiplied by 5. So combine that with the 6 we had before, that's 31. Just an ironic twist away from not killing Captain Atlas and trying to go for another master tactic, getting greedy, and now we can't recruit anybody. We paid the price for our hubris, or I paid the price for my hubris, as the case may be. So let's separate all this stuff out, and I can show you generally what it would have been like if we had enough points to fight, to try to rescue Captain Britain, assuming we want to. We will eventually. We probably will. Because what happens if we fight him is we pay the cost of recruiting him, which is 35, and then we only get him if we beat the Supreme Intelligence to free him. And right now, the Supreme Intelligence has one person captured. Mephisto doesn't. He was just a guest star cameo, so ignore him. And there are 4 left. The game ends when we cannot recruit any more heroes because all the guys are captured. So eventually we may want to fight the Supreme Intelligence later. He's not that hard. We just caught him in a really weird, nasty mission. And we're kind of unlucky on the steam twists because we got a lot of steam twists really quickly in the early game. So for right now, we're going to ignore that and just set the rest of these guys off to the side. Instead, we're just going to go ahead and see what our next mission is going to be. I got my deck here. Shuffle up these bystanders real quick. There we go. Then let's see what we're gonna get. Next villain, Arnim Zola. He's a new one I got from the Captain America 75th anniversary set that I actually got for my birthday. Yay! We played him before, and he can get really, really weird, and in fact, with this particular mission, he's probably going to be really nasty, because a lot of the stuff we have is kind of expensive. It's going to be weird with him trying to fight Beast. If you wonder what I'm talking about, Arnim Zola's big gimmick is Abomination. Abomination is whatever... I'll get into this more in the actual game, but his gimmick is that whatever an abomination is over here, it will increase the abomination's strength by how much fight that particular hero has. Granted, not every hero has fight. Some heroes have, like, fight 0 on some stuff because they expect to gain their fight through bonuses. But what that does is it makes villains shift around their power as they move through the city. Now, Abomination, Arnim Zola's ultimate Abomination, he's placed over here. So what does he get the power from? Well, he's fight 6. That's a small consolation to compensate for the fact that he gains the fight of every single hero's fight down here. That makes him kind of nasty. But we'll see what scheme we get. Midtown bank robbery. That's about the easiest scheme in the game. Okay. Okay, not all of these are hard, just some of them. So what that's going to amount to is we're going to get a bunch more stuff. He is 6 there, so we're going to take our ambition deck and we're going to get 6 ambition villains. And how many twists in here? 8 twists. 5 Master Strikes. We don't know what our henchmen are going to be, so they're going to be randomized. And since we use Magma Men and Red Skulls, we'll skip them if we get them. Because I don't want to fight the same things multiple times in here if we can avoid it. He's going to be leading the Magia Goons. Probably doing the whole, like, dark surgeon thing where they chase people down, hack them apart and gain their organs so that Arnim Zola can use them for experimentation. If it sounds kind of dark, remember, he is a Nazi. Spider infected, we're going to put them back. Say we're going to get out. Excuse me. We're going to get out Zola's creations for the henchmen. There's also one of Zola's creations. Lingering away and where we put the henchman randomizer. Okay, there's the villain randomizer. Here's the here's the henchman randomizer. Okay. Doughboy. So. Then 5 Mighty Goons, because in this league, if you're playing solo, you use 5 henchmen instead of 3. Okay, those are things that we've already fought, so we're going to put them aside. And so, here's what we're going to be facing. And we are continuing to use Lady Thor, Beast, and Groot. So, we're going to see what happens when Arnim Zola tries to rob a bank. Oh yeah, and I always like to pretend that when they're doing the Midtown bank robbery, when you got villains like Arnim Zola or Madeline Pryor, that they're actually after the people. Because that's how that actually works. It's like, it doesn't say that the people are representative of money, kind of like that new Deadpool scheme where every civilian, every bystander is actually represents a chimichanga. I kid you not, that's actually what that mission is. But I have to pretend that it's like so many villains do not care about money. It's like I had Apocalypse try to rob a bank once. Yeah, because he cares about Homo sapien money. But that'll be the setup for the next game. And we're going to try to get us some more points, because all we've got is 31 right now. We want to get Hawkeye really, really badly.